The brushes panel is where you have your selection of all your brush presets. You can import brushes that other people design, or you can design your own brushes and save them here. In my other video, I showed you the tool preset panel, and inside here you can have some brush presets, but like I said in that video, and I'm going to tell you in this one, you shouldn't save them to the tool presets. You should save them as a brush preset, because there's more settings that you can change and edit later on if you want to. You can control more things about it. Now make sure you pull out the brush tool, right? And if you look at the top here, you can control the size of the stroke. It goes all the way up to 5,000 pixels. This just opens the brush settings panel. I'm going to go over this in the next video, so if this is what you wanted to learn about, then check that video out. Then you got a search bar where you can type in the brush by name. These are just some of your last used brushes. You can just easily click on one, and then you can pull that one out. Then this is my folder I made with all the brushes that I have. If I click it, you can see I have a lot, right? I got all these soft round and hard round. I got some calligraphy brushes. These are just my most used ones right here. And all these brushes have different effects, right? You can see like a little preview of the stroke and get an idea for what it is. Then we got stuff like stamp brushes. It's not ones where you draw a stroke like this. These are ones where you just click once and stamp it. And this is where you'll find some of the coolest brushes, right? There's like a blood effect. We got stuff like broken glass. There's some claws. Something I use a lot of is like cracks and dispersions. So if we get one of the crack ones here, bring it down. It's got like paint splatters and other things like that. There's some pretty cool looking explosion ones. And actually I'm going to put these in their own folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one. I'm going to hold shift and click on the last one. And then now I have all these selected. I'm just going to click on this folder. I'm going to name it most used. Then we got that folder, and then I'm going to put these inside this folder. Click and drag and let go. And there we go. Now it's a lot more organized. If you right click on it, you can append default brushes, import them, export them, rename them, and delete it. You can also put this as a new brush preset. It opens a new brush dialog box where you can name it. You can include or not include these for the brush size, tool settings, and then color of the brush. If it doesn't matter to you, just leave it unchecked. And then click OK. And then there you go, it put it right here. Then new brush group, it's just gonna open up a new one of these. And if you want to delete it, just click it and then click this trash can right here. Same with that. I'm gonna get rid of it. Then if you come down here to the bottom, this slider right here makes the size bigger or smaller, makes it easier to see. If you bring it all the way up and open up this box a little, you can get a bigger preview of what the actual stroke and the tip's gonna look like. Alright, then last but not least, we got the hamburger menu up here at the top right. And it's got some more options. All four of these at the top, these are the same as if you were to right click on it. And it's got these options that we already went over. Then these three are for your thumbnail view. So if you get rid of the name, you're not going to see the name right here. If you get rid of the stroke, you're not going to see this. And if you get rid of the tip, you're not going to see this dot right here. I always keep all three of these on. It's just easier to see what brush you're working with. You don't have to if you don't want to. Whatever works best for what you're doing. Then we got show additional preset info. If you click it, it gets rid of that little brush that was in the top right corner right here. Not every brush will have that. If I go down here to the dry brushes, you can see they don't got it. That's because they don't have the additional preset info in there. Search bar and recent brushes, that's right here and right here. Append default brushes, it just adds the default brushes to this list. Import brushes, you can bring in brushes from a file. Export, you can export them to a file. And you know what I might do? I might export all these brushes for you guys. I got so many of them. And I'm going to go through a little preview of what I got after this. And if I got time, I'll add it to a link where you guys can go ahead and download these for free. I'll give you guys some website links where you can get some brushes, some dope brushes, right? Then you got get more brushes. It just brings you to the Adobe website where you can download all these brush packs. And they got a big selection, right? So I suggest y'all come here. Then these two, if you want, you can click on legacy brushes. And Photoshop legacy brushes, they got some good stuff in here. They got default ones, like your soft and round ones. There's a lot of stuff. This is where I got a lot of my brushes also in my list. But I got rid of all the ones that I didn't like. There's so many in here. Natural ones, special effects. Like flowers and stuff like that. But anybody can get these completely free with just a couple clicks, right? And then last but not least, this is just to close down your panel. Now if you want to create your own brush, what you do is get an all white background. And then whatever is black on the image is going to be your brush stroke. So if I wanted to make like a bullseye, and then if I came up here to edit, define brush preset, you can see a preview of the brush tip right here. You can name it. Let's name it bullseye. Click OK, and there you go. That's your brush. If you come back to your brushes panel, you can see the stroke right here and the tip. You can hold Control, Alt, and right click at the same time, and then move right or left to make it bigger or smaller. And then all you got to do is tap down once to dab it, or you can paint with it. Whatever you want to do. And remember, anything that's black on the image is going to be your brush stroke. So you can even take images and make them black and white. So let's get something like an eye, right? Then we're going to go to adjustments, black and white. And then you can get levels and make the darks a little bit darker and the lights a little bit lighter. Right? Then I'm just going to combine everything together. Merge them. Now, what we can do is come up here and edit. Define brush preset. Name it. Click OK. And now if I hide this, get a new blank layer, and brush on there, it looks exactly like the image. Shut this off. This is the picture. This is the brush stroke. Right? They're identical. So you can make all types of brushes. Comment down below if you guys got some ideas for some cool brushes. One that you already made or ones that you know of. But that's about it for the brushes panel, guys. If you got any questions or comments, also put them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.